Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another PvP showcase. Now today we're going to be looking at Awakened Scadine, and before we get into this, I would like to say that this is the second upload today. Now the reasoning for that is just because I was doing ranked matches and I just wanted to test out some of the new doodles, new buffs, and Scadine actually got some pretty good clips, so I just decided to do a video on it right now. I'm kind of stealing this from Pepsi, so sorry Pepsi, not sorry. Yeah, found that Scadine A is relatively decent with the balance change. Now the balance change that Scadine got was getting Coil, which is basically Warcry, but a little bit better because it gets accuracy as well. But this doodle doesn't specifically have any things that it would like accuracy on aside from like Frostbite. I think that's what the move is called, right? Whatever it's called, yeah, whatever that 50% accurate 150 or 130 base power move is, that's what I'm talking about. You can use it with that, I guess, but like I don't see any reason to, because you're basically already gonna one-shot everything with all your regular moves. But that's just another option if you want to use that. Anyway, what we're doing is obviously Awaken Scadine. We want the hidden trait because this actually stacks with the Awakening. Now that the stat changes don't get reverted when you awaken, you get to keep whatever titanium bucket option you choose, whether that be regular defense and magical defense. But I'm going with regular defense just because there's more physical attackers in this game, so I found it like easier to set up on that. But it can also help you survive if you run like magical against like Scadine, I guess Daffodili too. I mean, it helps you survive against those if you ever want to, like, I don't know, or if they become like too prominent and like, I don't know, too many people use it, I guess, then you can switch to magical defense. But it just helps you set up against physical defense or physical attackers way easier. Also, when you awaken, you don't get your attack boost on the first turn, you get it on the second turn. So either you can awaken and then like pivot from like another doodle into this thing and you'll get your attack boost, or you could just straight up use Coil, which is basically what I do almost every single time when I awaken. But if for some reason you're forced to like switch out or anything, you can like pivot back into this and immediately get your attack boost. And yeah, so the moves that we're using are Fin Slash, Icy Slash, Daze, and Coil. Now no priority moves, which is kind of an issue. I mean, guess you can replace Fin Slash for Rip Current if you're that scared, but yeah, I would keep these three moves simply because you do the most damage with that. The only reason I would say switch Fin Slash out for Rip Current is for the stupid Penguin Arcwat, which is becoming increasingly more popular for some weird reason. And yeah, let me tell you what all these hits. So you obviously want your water and ice stab, so you can hit plant types, air types, fire types, ground types, everything else. And then Daze is for metal types, which wall you completely, and crystal types, I believe. So with this coverage, you're basically unwallable, but you just have to be wary of Arcwat. That's like the only thing that you really need to be worried about. And, oh, and Daffodili as well. Daffodili is also something that you should be worried about. But if you're somehow full HP, Scadine, and you also get the defense buff, you can live a hit from Arcwat's Voltage Slide. You can also live a hit if you're like full HP from Daffodili as well. So I believe you should be fine against either of those. If you're full HP and you're like up +2 attack and whatever, you can just probably stand. And then here are the equipments. We're using Decorated Hair Clip, Ornate Necklace, and Decorative Hair Clip. It's literally just a little bit of speed, some defense, and more HP. And that's basically it about Scadine. Anyway, let's hop into the first battle.